Hello, and welcome to a special pregame edition of Golden Eagle Sports Report. I'm Shane Hogan.
And I'm John Steppe.
We have plenty to talk about as Marquette takes on third-ranked BYU. So let's get started.
Marquette is coming off a 5-set thriller against USC. Check out the broadcast highlights here as Jack Phillips and me were on the call.
Clearly, Marquette 2 points away from taking a 2-1 lead in the match tonight.
And Anna Hawk serves it up, barely gets over the net. Oh! Tough break for the Trojans, 24-20, and we are going to a set point. Getting rowdy here, Meyer Wally serves. And Speckman to Barber gets the KO! 25-21, Marquette wins set 3 and takes a 2-1 lead in this match. And it's loud here in the L. Barely gets it over the net. They save it though. And a kill!
1 point away.
Anna Hawk gets the kill. 5 apiece. Rosenthal on the serve. Set to Botkin, blocked. Set back to Mosier, blocked again. Throws the set.
Mosier cannot.
No, it's a Marquette point! Out of bounds! Unbelievable! Good recovery. And we are going to a 5th set.
This game just won't end.
Another good rally we're seeing here. Lanier keeps it alive. Set up by Rose. Rosenthal kills it. First team to double digits, 10-8. And will get the serve for the Trojans. Beckman to Barber. It's been dangerous. They're showing it. It's 13-11. Dug up by Speckman. Kanabanov sets. To Wersch, it's in. We have a game point, John Steppe.
1 point away.
Kanabanov sets to Barber. Botkin keeps it alive to Lanier. And the Golden Eagles win the game!
First win over a top 10 team in over 2 years.
Lanier went for the kill. She misplayed it. And the Golden Eagles win the 5th and final set, 3-2. Marquette, like John said, first top 10 victory in 2 years.
Allie Barber finished with a career-high 29 kills. Here's what she and head coach Ryan Tice said after the game.
We definitely focused on the scouting report, so we knew that their pins were going to take big rips, and I thought our defense really did a good job of defending around our block. We got some good touches in the game, and I thought we executed well in the end.
Awesome. I've seen a lot of 5th games in my career, and what I actually talked about before the 5th was we've seen that time and time again where a team lets an opportunity goes and then falls apart in the 5th. The wheels come off. And what I told them was, I don't think we're that group. I said we missed an opportunity, but we have one more. And if you'd have asked us in August if we can take a game 5 at home against number 10, I'd take that opportunity every day of the week. And so I thought we should embrace it, jump on them early, and see if we can come out to a lead, and we did that. So I thought they responded really well to missing a lot of opportunities in the 4th.
Awesome. And
Marquette's other spectator sports were not as fortunate this week. Men's soccer lost to Penn 1-0 in the 95th minute.
And women's soccer lost to Colorado in a 2-1 heartbreaker. Marquette is still winless in 2018. And now with a few minutes until our first MUTV volleyball broadcast of the year, let's break down tonight's matchup against number 3 BYU.
So first of all, Shane, Allie Barber coming off the 29 kills yesterday.
Right.
Do you think she can do it again?
Well, when you play a 5-set match, you have more attempts, you have more chances to rack up as many kills as she had yesterday. But the game plan is going to be to feed Allie. She's been their rock. She's been their best player to start the season. So I think she's going to have plenty of opportunities to rack up the kills again.
And really the opportunities have been hers, but really the question for me, I think, is who else steps up. It can't just be her. It needs to be something else, whether it's Hope Work, whether it's somebody else. You can't just rely on all of your offense from Allie Barber.
Right, and when you're playing a team as good as BYU is, you're going to have to mix things up. They know coming in that Barber's going to be the focus of the offense, so look for players like Anna Hawk and Work, like you said, to really step up and be a focus for the Marquette offense.
And then what do you think the key will be for Marquette?
Again, you got to mix things up, but defensively, I think it's a really key for them to come out strong, get some digs right away, get some momentum, get the Al rocking right now, get the fans on their feet, and try to pull off another upset 2 days in a row.
And really, I think it goes right back to, does somebody else step up besides Allie Barber really offensively?
Yeah, and you know, Coach Tice is going to preach to the other players, it can't just be Barber. I'm sure he's been preaching that all season because teams know they're going to have to get a double blocker up on her and focus in on Barber, so other people will have to step up if they want to pull off another huge upset.
And then what do you think key will be for BYU?
Well, to go to Ronnie Perry Jones, I think she's been their best player. She's a senior, she's their leader. They're going to try to get her focused on really easily, and Marquette's coming off of a long 5-set match against a good USC team last night, so look for them to come out swinging right away and see if they can pull one off here on the road.
Especially because you have to think that it's not going to be a good sign for Marquette if this is going into a 5th set. They would probably be happy against the number 3 team in the country to make it that far, but you're probably not going to win this in kind of a drawn-out battle.
Well, and you know, Marquette's ranking will go up. They're at 25 right now, but after a win against number 10 last night, so don't worry too much about the rankings, but they know how good this BYU team can be and how good they really are. So if it goes 5 sets, they know they're going to have to dig down deep. They did it last night, and we'll see if they can do it again.
What's your prediction for tonight?
I'm going to go with the Golden Eagles.
How many sets?
I'll go 4.
Okay. I'll go BYU in 3 sets. I think number 3 team country has no issues at the Al.
Well, there you have it. That's all we have time for. Thanks for tuning into the Marquette BYU pregame show.
Marquette versus BYU will begin shortly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm Dan Abington, and you are watching MUTV, the Marquette University television station. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at MarquetteUTV and at MU Sports for information regarding all of our broadcasts. We are live here at the Al McGuire Center presenting this top 25 matchup between the Marquette Golden Eagles and the Cougars of Brigham Young University. At this time, I'll bring in my color analyst, Zoe Comerford. Zoe, it's a great day for some volleyball.
Oh yeah, I'm expecting it's going to be a super exciting game with these two top, really high-ranking teams. It's going to be a great game, and it's always so nice in the Al McGuire Center.
The Marquette Golden Eagles come into this game ranked at number 25 in the nation with an overall record of 6-1, most recently with a 5-set victory over the number 10 Trojans of USC last night. In that game, the Golden Eagles were led by junior outside hitter Allie Barber with 29 kills and 3 blocks. Junior setter Lauren Speckman's 27 assists and 6 digs, and 27 digs from Martha Konovadoff. So the Golden Eagles coming into this game off a huge win last night, and we'll see if they're able to top the number 3 BYU Cougars today.
Yeah, for sure. And I was talking to Coach Tice after the game yesterday, and he was talking a lot about how in the fourth set they missed a lot of opportunities. And so the biggest thing for today is to stop missing those opportunities and starting to actually just starting to take those opportunities and do something with that. And the biggest thing also he said was that yesterday they kept USC in check, but they did let Tibbs go in the fifth set, which was kind of disheartening, he said. But this time they really want to get out to a good start to get that momentum going.
And the BYU Cougars come into this matchup undefeated and ranked at number 3 in the nation. They're led by outside hitter Ronnie Jones-Perry, a returning third-team All-American, libero Mary Lake, middle blocker Kennedy Eschenberg, and setter Lindy Haddock-Epic. So this BYU team is certainly no joke, as earlier this season they took down number 1 Stanford in 5 sets in order to take home the BYU Nike Invitational Championship. And yesterday they defeated number 10 USC in straight sets.
Exactly. They're a very talented team, and Coach Tice even said that they don't have a lot of weak points. They're a very veteran team, and his goal was Marquette needs to take BYU out of their game and try to make them feel uncomfortable at at their home court.
So today, the Cougars going with their starting lineup of Heather Knighting at the middle blocker spot, Lindy Haddock-Epic at the setter position. Their libero is going to be Mary Lake, number 18. At the outside hitter spots will be Ronnie Jones-Perry and McKenna Miller. And for the Golden Eagles, they'll be going with the same lineup they had yesterday. Lauren Speckman at setter, Hope Work and Allie Barber at the outside hitter spots. Anna Hawk also rotating in there. Jenna Rosenthal and Elizabeth Orff at the middle blocker position, and Martha Konovadoff at the libero spot. So, Zoe, we're certainly in for a great one today.
Oh, yes, for sure. And I was talking after the game yesterday to Allie Barber, junior Allie Barber, the outside hitter, and she was talking a lot about how yesterday the crowd played a big part in how they got that 5-set victory. So she was hoping that a lot of people would come back today, and obviously there's a lot of Marquette fans, but also a lot of BYU fans out in the stands, which is really surprising because they are from Utah, but that's a big fan support for them, so it might be a little bit more difficult tonight.
Yeah, last night the student section played such a huge role in Marquette's win, so we'll see how much of an advantage they give them today. Home court against such a fantastic team, but as you mentioned, BYU brought a pretty lengthy section as well, so we'll see if that has any effect on anybody today. So the Golden Eagles wearing their white jerseys and BYU countering with their blues, so.
It is a little confusing though, because they're wearing opposite colors. I'm kind of confused here, but it'll be interesting.
So it looks like Marquette is going to serve first today. Okay. Lauren Speckman is going to head back.
Fans are on their feet, ready. Vet fans ready. It's going to be a good game.
And we're underway here at the Al McGuire Center. Konovadoff with the dig. Barber tries to kill it, but great block. A big block from Marquette there. And BYU takes the first point here. Hope Wirch unable to reach that one. So 1-0 the Cougars lead here. McKenna Miller back to serve. Wirch with the dig. And Konovadoff Gets hit in the chest there, so that one's going to be BYU point.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt too. I was watching them in practice. BYU, they had some really high swings.
Certainly some powerful shots that the Golden Eagles can expect today. And Allie Barber gets a point for the Golden Eagles with a huge kill there.
She really had to leap off the floor for that one. That was a very high set.
Allie Barber, the returning Big East Player of the Year, expected to repeat this season. A unanimous preseason All-Big East first team selection. So Allie Barber certainly crucial to the Golden Eagles' success. Anna Hawk with the serve. Jones-Perry with the kill out of bounds, so that'll be an attack error against the Cougars, and we're all knotted up at 2.
It'll be really interesting because yesterday when Marquette was playing USC had a lot of service errors, and so did Marquette, so it'll be interesting to see if they could reduce those errors.
And Anna Hawk with a service ace. Put it right where the Cougars couldn't get it, and Marquette takes their first lead of the match. Ronnie Jones-Perry with a kill there. Konovatov tried diving but unable to get there, and I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of that one today.
We're going to see a lot of Jones-Perry today. I think she is one of the star player of the BYU team, so it'll be interesting to see how much she has to do tonight.
Third-team All-American, 369 kills last season, 34 in one game against Loyola Marymount. As Marquette comes up with another big kill, that one was Anna Hawk. And now Jenna Rosenthal checks in at the middle blocker spot in place of Elizabeth Orff. And Konovatov now back to serve. Jones-Perry with another big kill, but that one goes out of bounds.
Wow, that looked like it just painted the line, so I'm surprised that went out of bounds, actually.
Nevertheless, 5-3 lead for Marquette. Kennedy Eschenberg with the kill. And it doesn't look like Marquette is going to be able to track that one down. Good hustle, though, on the part of a couple different Golden Eagles.
Konovatov really had to run for that one. We saw a lot of that last night with her running and diving to get those digs to save them for the Marquette.
She's definitely one of the scrappiest players I've ever seen on a volleyball court. Speckman sets this one for Hope Wirch, and that one inbounds. 6-4, Marquette leads.
Hope Wirch had a great night last night. She had 17 kills, which was her career high, and it was her first double-double of the year, so she did great. So let's see if she could do that again tonight. That would really help the Golden Eagles.
Madeline Mosier and Sarah Rose both check in. Rose with the serve. Maddie Robinson puts that one over the net for the Cougars. Wirch returns it. Rosenthal's kill is blocked, and they're going to call, I believe, that one's going to be a net violation against Jenna Rosenthal.
The crowd is booing. They didn't like that call, but I do believe it was a net violation.
I'm not sure if the crowd exactly knows what they called there, or if they were just booing that it wasn't Marquette point. Jones-Perry serves this one. Dug out by Hawk. And that one didn't go where she wanted it, so we're all tied up at 6 now.
That was a great serve for Jones-Perry. It had a lot of spin on it.
Eight service aces this season for Ronnie Jones-Perry. Jenna Rosenthal with a beautiful shot that falls in there, just out of the reach of one of the Cougars. Beautiful spot. 7-6 now, Marquette leads. Hope Wirch serves it, dug out by Mary Lake. McKenna Miller puts that one just as Rosenthal did
on the last point. So the team's just kind of exchanging blows here, 7-7.
Yeah, this is a very close game. I mean, yesterday USC and Marquette had an extremely close game too. They were every set they were super close.
Lake serve, dug out by Wirch. Rosenthal with the kill. The 6'6" middle blocker with a huge kill there. Konovatov checks out. Elizabeth Orff comes in. Rosenthal with the serve. Beautiful placement there from Maddie Robinson for the Cougars.
It was right in the open court where the Golden Eagles couldn't get it. She really saw that one and took that opportunity.
So 8-8 is the score here as Robinson checks out. Sydney Martindale comes in. Elizabeth Orff with a nice kill there, but the Cougars able to stop it. And that one blocked by the Golden Eagles, but unfortunately, it came over to their side and out of bounds. So the Cougars take the lead back, 9-8. Now the score. Wirch digs it out. Anna Hawk tries to tip that one. And Hope Wirch unable to dig that one out.
That was exactly the power you talked about earlier with Jones Perry. That was a fantastic kill.
So the Golden Eagles take a timeout as BYU goes up 10-8. So that gives us a second here to recalibrate a little bit. 10-8 is the score. BYU leads. Top 25 matchup here. Two teams that are certainly on the rise in the AVCA rankings, as Marquette and BYU both defeated number 10 USC yesterday. So both teams look to probably see a rise in their rank.
Exactly, and Marquette has right now a 4-game winning streak, so they are obviously looking for their 5th consecutive win, and obviously BYU is undefeated, so they're trying to take down an undefeated team, but it's looking to be a problem right now. I think Marquette's having a lot of trouble trying to cover the open court and everything because BYU is being so powerful with their shots and shot placement.
Yeah, the Golden Eagles got out to a good start, but BYU started to mix in a good amount of strong kills and little tips over the blockers, and Marquette has been unable to handle that so far, hence why the Cougars have taken a 2-point lead here.
Yeah, exactly. That shot variability is exactly why they're showing that they're the number 3 team in this country. I wonder what Coach Tice was talking to Marquette about, maybe trying to eliminate the unforced errors and try to get to those kills a little faster and try to save them.
Yeah, the Golden Eagles definitely need to play a clean game here. They can't have as many mistakes as they did yesterday against USC because BYU is going to capitalize on that, and you just know that. So coming out of the timeout here, Sydney Martindale still serving. McKenna Miller with the kill. Golden Eagles tried to block that one, but it looked like it hit the pole over there. So 11-8 is now the score.
This could get away from Marquette pretty quickly. BYU's having some good shots right now.
Service error by Martindale. So 11-9 is now the score. Allie Barber and Lauren Speckman come back in. Mosier and Sarah Rose check out.
It is really interesting how Marquette is putting in most of their starters from last year. They aren't really mixing in the freshmen that much right now.
No surprise there, as playing a team like BYU, you want to have as much experience on the floor as you possibly can. Barber able to win that point for the Golden Eagles as it was returned over the net but out of bounds. So the Golden Eagles only trailing by 1. Speckman still serving. Big kill there from Heather Knighting, the freshman middle blocker for BYU, the 6th ranked player in the class of 2022, and knighting is going to be a problem for years to come.
Oh yeah, for sure. Only being a freshman and having that shot placement, that's fantastic for BYU.
Barber's kill is deflected and goes out of bounds, so that'll be Golden Eagles' point. Danelle Stetler comes in, McKenna Miller goes out. Now Anna Hawk to serve. Knighting with yet another kill. Put that one exactly where the Golden Eagles couldn't get it. And we've seen a lot of that today.
Already, in even the beginning of the first set, we've seen so many points where BYU is just capitalizing on those high balls and just putting them away.
More beautiful placement there from Jones Perry. Puts it right past the blockers.
BYU just doing a great job of having a mix-in of those hard kills with those soft touches, I think.
They're a fundamentally sound team as well. Konovatov gets a hand on that, but that point goes to the Cougars. 15-11 now. Bit of a run here for BYU. And it looks like a timeout, or a challenge rather.
Oh, wow.
By Marquette. Not exactly sure what they're challenging, but I guess we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what they're challenging. They did have 2 challenges in the game yesterday, which did not go their way. So this will be interesting to see if they actually get this challenge or not.
It looked like Speckman was talking to the ref and saying that something happened. I don't exactly know what she was signaling, but it looks like Coach Tice agreed with her. But that point is going to stay with BYU.
I would be careful. Tice is using a lot of challenges early in the set, in the match, so this will be interesting because if they need more challenges, they're not going to have them later down the road if they keep using them early.
So Knighting still serving. Wirch digs it out. Speckman sets it, and Hope Wirch able to kill that one for the Golden Eagles. Get them a point back here. Konovatov back to serve. Allie Barber with a gorgeous block there. Wins another point for Marquette.
That was a great block from Barber. We're going to see a lot of that today, I think. They're going to have to get taller if they want to block those BYU shots.
Jones Perry's kill there was returned by Hawk, but way out of bounds. That one almost went into the fan section.
Yeah, that was a very, very powerful shot, but luckily Hawk got a hand on it, but it was just too hard, I think.
Rosenthal tries to just tip that one over. And Barber's shot goes wide. So 17-13 now the score. Golden Eagles trying to get some kind of momentum going here, but unable. Hawk digs that one out. Allie Barber with the kill. Looked like Maddie Robinson ran right into one of the media tables over here.
It happened a couple times yesterday, so we'll see if it happens again. It's a very physical game, volleyball.
And when the teams are trying as hard as these two have been, you can certainly expect that. And Sarah Rose with the service ace. Looked like she didn't put it enough power on it, or as much power on it as BYU expected.
Yeah, she just looked like she just tapped it in. That was great thinking on her part, though.
Tries the same thing. And Hope Wirch with the kill. Able to capitalize on the error there by BYU. 17-16 now.
Wirch had a great game last night, and then today she leads Marquette with 3 kills. She's doing well again.
The reigning Big East Freshman of the Year. Hawk with a beautiful save. Madeline Mosier then puts it over. And Marquette unable to dig that one out. A couple nice hustle plays, but Konovatov unable to get there and hit it over the net. (18-16). Rosenthal gets the kill. Looked like BYU might be able to grab that one, but they weren't able to hit it over in time. So the Golden Eagles trail by 1.
That was a great angle kill from Rosenthal, I think. Right to the open court.
Wirch's serve goes off the net. And BYU takes that point as Moser ran out of space over on the sideline there. So 19-17 now. Still here in the first set. Anna Hawk with a powerful kill. Gets the Golden Eagles back within 1.
Just returning what BYU's done to them a couple times. It was perfectly placed in the back corner.
The senior outside hitter from Sweden with a great strike there. BYU with a little miscommunication there. And that is going to be BYU point. It looked like it just barely went out.
Yeah, and that was a great dig by them. I thought that was going to touch the ground, but it didn't. They got it right over just before it touched the ground. That was great on their part.
Knighting was able to make a last-second save and just barely get it over the net. Able to capitalize on the attack error. Huge block there from McKenna Miller and Heather Knighting. 21-18 now the score. Timeout is taken by Marquette as BYU within 4 points of taking this set.
Marquette's going to have a lot to think about because BYU has been on a run for quite some time. They've been having a lot of points where they've just been winning it and then keeping their momentum in their favor. So Marquette needs to think about how they're going to get the momentum either back on their side or else they're going to lose this set.
Ronnie Jones-Perry with 5 kills for the Cougars, and McKenna Miller adds 4. 14 assists from Lindy Haddock-Epic. And for the Golden Eagles, Allie Barber with 4 kills, Hope Wirch and Jenna Rosenthal both with 3. And the Golden Eagles just not able to muster up enough confidence so far. They've had a couple short runs, but nothing that's been able to overtake the power of the Cougars.
Yeah, and the biggest thing when I was talking to Allie Barber yesterday about the game, she said yesterday they really played and came together as a team, and she said they need to do that today to overcome BYU, but I don't see that they're as coherent today as they were yesterday with each other and knowing where everybody's placed. So I think Marquette's going to have a little bit more of a challenge, obviously, since BYU is ranked number 3 and they're playing together as a team fantastically compared to Marquette.
The Golden Eagles did drop the first set yesterday to USC, but then they took the next 2. So even if Marquette does lose this set here, that's not necessarily the end of the world.
Exactly. I always say it's never over till it's over. It could be a 5-set match like it was yesterday or like a 33-31 like yesterday. So you never know.
But when you're facing a team as talented as BYU, you never want to go down. You always want to stay ahead.
Exactly.
Hawk with a kill off somebody's head. Quite a lot of power on that one. Lauren Speckman back to serve. Barber with the kill. Put that one just out of arm's reach of 3 different Cougars. And a timeout is taken by BYU. So it looks like Coach Ryan Tice drew something up in that huddle that worked.
Yeah, it definitely worked because now they're only within 1 point of BYU. So BYU has to maybe step it up a little bit, or they need to fix something because the momentum has kind of shifted, I think, to Marquette after that Anna Hawk kill.
Anna Hawk, the senior from Sweden, has played such a crucial role on this Marquette team so far this year.
And she was a transfer from Miami, too. When she was at Miami, she tallied 3.21 kills per set and 2.36 digs per game, which is really interesting because she's having a really good couple of seasons with Marquette. So that was a transfer that Marquette really needed.
When she was in Sweden, she was a Nevsa U19 gold medalist and was named to the all-tournament team. So she's a world-renowned volleyball player. And this season, she has 61 kills, 70 digs, and 7 blocks. So all around, just a phenomenal player. And the Golden Eagles, she's absolutely crucial to them.
Exactly, and another person I think is crucial to the Golden Eagles is Jenna Rosenthal. She played 3 years on the USA volleyball team, and so they're both players that play like way higher than college D1 volleyball. So those two are going to be crucial for this game and for the season.
And one thing about both of these teams today is that both line up with 6 players at all times that really, honestly, could be All-Americans. Like, they both have teams that are incredibly talented all across. And the Golden Eagles take that point, and we're all tied up at 21.
That was a great kill. That was a great job by Marquette, trying to get this lead back to them. So now they're tied.
Speckman with the serve. McKenna Miller's kill is blocked. Elizabeth Orff with the kill puts the Golden Eagles in the lead.
You can really feel that energy now that the Golden Eagles have because they are ahead by 1 point and they have the crowd support, all the student section. I think they have a good chance, and BYU took a timeout, so this is a lot of time that they need to think about how they're going to try to regain their lead or tie it even. Yeah,
yet another timeout from BYU. They seem to have lost all momentum here, but if you're the Golden Eagles, you can't rest on your laurels. You need to take advantage of the errors that BYU's making.
Exactly, and the biggest thing when I was talking to Tice was he wanted to take those opportunities, and I think they're taking them today. They're not making mistakes on opportunities tonight. So that's the biggest change from yesterday to today. And
one crucial part of this Marquette team has been their kills. The hitting percentages of their top 4 hitters. Allie Barber hitting 444 today. Hope Wirch and Anna Hawk both hitting 500, and Jenna Rosenthal hitting 750. So all 4 of those players have been hitting most of their shots.
Exactly, and that's the biggest thing from yesterday. Yesterday, the hitting percentages were not good. They were in the .100s, and that wasn't good for Marquette, and they're really stepping it up today and trying to get those shots in that they missed yesterday.
So the Golden Eagles with a 1-point advantage. Student section rising up to their feet here, trying to give their players an advantage. Speckman serving. Jones-Perry with a net violation. 23-21 now the score.
Seems like BYU has just lost all confidence in their shots. They're starting to make a lot of unforced errors that they shouldn't be making.
And a service error on the part of Lauren Speckman, so it's now 23-21. And we'll see if that one comes back to bite the Golden Eagles.
That was a crucial point. They can't have those service errors on crucial points like yesterday.
Allie Barber with the kill. 24-22 is the score.
Set point. People are excited at the Al McGuire Center today.
Anna Hawk to serve on this set point.
With set point, you really need to take the opportunity, and you need to take advantage of that. You have the upper hand right now.
Ronnie Jones-Perry with the kill.
It's a great angled kill right over to this side. It was fantastic.
Put it in the perfect spot, just out of the reach of all the Golden Eagles. 24-23, still set point.
It's a very, very close and tight match right now we're watching.
Kiani Moi to serve. Hope Wirtz with the kill. And Marquette takes the first set.
Wow, that was a fantastic first set from Marquette. They just came out after that timeout when they were losing and just went on a roll, and BYU couldn't stop them. BYU started making so many errors that just hurt them so much.
So with that, we're going to take a quick break here on MUTV. You're watching BYU versus Marquette. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Al McGuire Center. I'm Dan Aventon alongside Zoe Comerford, presenting this matchup between the number 25 Marquette Golden Eagles and the number 3 BYU Cougars. The Golden Eagles took the first set 25-23, just the fourth set that BYU has dropped all season long. So we'll see if the Golden Eagles are able to carry that momentum into this second set.
The Golden Eagles have so much energy from the fans and the crowd here. They just need to stay focused. They can't get ahead of themselves and think that, oh, we're going to win this next set because we just did well in the first set. They still need to work hard. And BYU needs to fix their errors. They had a lot of unforced errors towards the end of the first set, so they need to clean that up. And if they do that, maybe they take the second set from Marquette.
BYU serves. Allie Barber's kill is blocked by Heather Knighting and Emily Lewis-Bushman. Big first point there for BYU. Jones-Perry with a powerful kill there. 2-0 BYU.
That's the biggest thing. BYU needs to get off to a good start. That's how a lot of their games start. They get off to a good start, and then they win the set.
McKenna Miller's serve goes out of bounds. That's a service error for BYU. 2-1 is the score now.
When you have these two top teams, you really don't want to make those service errors. You can't make those service errors because then the other team has a serve, and they are going to capitalize. They might capitalize on the point and take that opportunity.
Hawk with the dig. And that's going to be a double contact violation, and we're all tied up at 2.
I assume this is going to resemble the first set a lot, where it's just neck and neck, someone winning a point, the other person winning a point. It's going to be a very close second set, I think.
Allie Barber with yet another kill for the Golden Eagles.
Barber had a phenomenal night last night. She had 29 kills. Like, if she does that again today, Marquette has a very good chance, with all the other players too, of taking this win.
7 kills on the day for Allie Barber. 3-0 scoring run for the Golden Eagles. Make that 4-0 as BYU returns that one out of bounds. 4-2 now. Anna Hawk with the serve. Konovatov tried to dig that one, but it went way out of bounds. Once again, the strength of Jones Perry.
That was such a powerful kill right there. If she keeps doing that, she's going to be the star of this game.
She had 26 kills yesterday against USC and 20 against Stanford earlier this season. Barber, perfect placement there.
Right to the open court where none of the BYU Cougars could get it. That is perfect thinking on her part.
The court vision from Allie Barber today has just been phenomenal. Konovatov with the serve. Kennedy Eschenberg returns it. Great save by Jones Perry. Speckman with the assist. Jenna Rosenthal gets the kill.
That was a great point by Marquette, using that teamwork, just hitting it right to Rosenthal, and Rosenthal just putting it right over the net with a little touch.
Hawk with the dig there. And that one hits the ground. So a kill for BYU. Konovatov just barely unable to get there. That was Ronnie Jones Perry once again with the assist from Lindy Haddock Epic. That's the 18th assist. As the Golden Eagles take a point back, Jenna Rosenthal with her 6th kill, or 5th kill rather. 7-4 now the score. Blocked by Madeline Moser and Jenna Rosenthal there. Hope Wirch with a block.
I think that was one of the longest points we've seen tonight. I was very impressed by both teams, just getting those digs and trying for that point. But obviously Marquette coming out with the take on that point.
Timeout BYU. The Cougars down 8-4. And Zoe, if you had told me coming into this game that Marquette was going to take the first set and then be up 4 early on in the second set, I don't know that I would believe you.
I wouldn't have believed myself, honestly. And I talked to Coach Tice yesterday, and he said one of the things was yesterday he was like, if we hadn't thought about like going into that game against USC, we never would have thought that we would have won in 5 sets. Like that was one of the things. They are a very unpredictable team. You don't know. Like they can pull out those tough wins against really hard teams. So that might be the key to their success today, just believing in themselves and having the crowd behind them, I think.
So Barber leading the way for the Golden Eagles with 8 kills. Ronnie Jones-Perry with 9 for the Cougars. 15 assists for Lauren Speckman, 18 for Lindy Haddock-Epic. So the team's pretty close in stats here. Nobody completely overpowering anyone.
The teams are very, very even, which makes for a good game, I think.
Rosenthal right now is hitting .714, 5 for 7 on kills.
That's a fantastic hitting percentage, especially for a redshirt senior. It is her last year, so she needs to do well.
Huge dig there from Martha Konovadoff. All 6 Golden Eagles ended up on the floor on that one.
Yeah.
But BYU takes the point. 8-5 now. That kill was by Kennedy Eschenberg. Just her second of the day. Serve hits off the top of the net. Sarah Rose with good reflexes. And that point goes to BYU. And it looks like Tice is going to challenge this one. He thinks that Mosier's hit was tipped.
This is his second challenge in a very short amount of time. So this is what he did in the last game, too. He challenged very early. So if you do run out of challenges, though, you're kind of stuck, because what if there is a bad call? So he's got to be careful.
Yeah, they already lost the first one today. So if they lose this one, then they're running incredibly low. 8-6 is the score here at the Al McGuire Center. I'm Dan Abington alongside Zoe Comerford. Number 3, BYU against number 25, Marquette. The Golden Eagles lead 1-0. 8-6 here in the second set. And the Golden Eagles challenge is successful.
It's the first one in a while.
It'll now be 9-5.
Well, then I am glad that he did take that chance, because he took that chance and they did get the point back. So maybe that was a good idea on his part.
Hope Wirtz to serve here. Marquette up by 4. Eschenberg with the kill. Hope Wirtz unable to dig that one out. So it'll be 9-6. 20th assist for Lindy Haddock-Epic. Madeline Mosier with the kill.
That was one of the more powerful shots we've seen from Mosier tonight that actually went in.
And Mosier doesn't always get a ton of playing time, but she is such a crucial role player for the Golden Eagles. 2 kills on the day. And Marquette takes that point.
This is one of the biggest leads that any team has had in this match.
That was a service ace by Rosenthal. McKenna Miller just missed it. And BYU takes that point. Sarah Rose unable to corral that one. Konovadoff comes back in. Jenna Rosenthal checks out. 11-7. That one dug out by Mary Lake. And another block from the Golden Eagles. Elizabeth Orff.
Wow, it just doesn't, it seems like BYU just can't get past them. They can't find the open court. Marquette is just too tall, I think.
Another block by the Golden Eagles there. Wirtz with the dig. And the Golden Eagles take another point as that one was tipped. And now it is 13-7, Marquette leads. Timeout, BYU. Anna Hawk gets another kill there. And Marquette with a 6-point advantage.
I think it's about time for BYU to take that timeout too, because they're having a lot of trouble right now with just unforced errors, and they can't get past the Golden Eagles blocking. The front line, they can't get past them, and I think they're having a lot of trouble, and they really need to flesh out what they've been doing wrong.
The Golden Eagles with 4 blocks so far. BYU with just 2. Not a great hitting percentage for any of the BYU players so far. Jones Perry, 316, McKenna Miller, 333. Eschenberg and Robinson both below 3. So none of the main hitters for the Cougars have been hitting a great percentage today.
Yeah, it just looks like an off day for them. Usually they would have a higher hitting percentage, and their team hitting percentage is only .296, which is really not as good as they would want it to be.
Cougars need to find some kind of spark here as they're down 6. But Marquette certainly can't sit back and just hold their lead here. They need to keep up that fire and the intensity that they've been playing with if they're going to take down the #3 team in the nation.
I agree. They got to stay relaxed. They can't get too tight, and I think that's what's happening to BYU. They're getting a little tight. They're feeling pressure. They think that they're going to get beaten, so they're not hitting their shots.
Speckman with the serve. And that point goes to BYU. Powerful kill from Heather Knighting. Her 3rd of the day.
And if we're talking about Marquette's crowd, BYU has a big crowd out here too.
Anna Hawk with the kill. That one went out of bounds against the Cougars, so 14-8 now the score. Speckman with her 17th assist, and Hawk with her 4th kill, tying Hope Wirtz for 3rd on the team today. Lauren Speckman gets a hand on it, but another point for BYU. And even though they're not winning right now, the Cougars have certainly had some great placement today. Service error against Heather Knighting.
That's a time that BYU does not want to lose these points. They keep losing these points on service errors. That's not going to win you the set. You're just going to hurt yourself with that. You really need to make your mark on those serves and just get them in.
Especially when the point before was so critical. But the Golden Eagles with a service error right back. So 15-10 is the score now.
Definitely tell everybody's a little bit tense because everybody's shots are going a little further out than normal.
And a block from Allie Barber there makes the score, or Jenna Rosenthal rather, makes the score 16-10. Sarah Rose serving. Wirtz got a hand on that one. And that one is tipped by the Golden Eagles, so BYU gets a point back. 16-11 now the score. Heather Olmstead's squad starting to gain a little momentum back.
I am surprised how absent Ronnie Jones-Perry has been lately in the past couple of points.
Jenna Rosenthal with a block. Long point here. And McKenna Miller finally gets the point for the Cougars. Lots of back and forth action on that one.
Yeah, BYU's cutting into the lead a little bit and trying to eliminate the unforced errors and make Marquette work for the point.
Block from McKenna Miller and Kennedy Eschenberg. And Marquette takes a timeout as their lead is down to 3. Wow, that was quick.
That was really fast. It seems like it was just a couple minutes ago that it was a 6-point lead, and Marquette, I think, got a little too excited and maybe started relaxing a little too much, and that's when they started to lose the points.
That's what happens when you play such a talented team like BYU. They're going to come after you when you make mistakes like that. That can't happen.
Exactly. One of the big things Coach Tice was talking to me about yesterday also was resilience. You need to be resilient on the court. He said yesterday after they had all those missed opportunities, they came together as a team, and in the 5th set they finished off with the win because they had that resilience. If they had that resilience today, they really need to step it up a little bit and stop making some unforced errors, giving BYU the free points.
These BYU Cougars last season made it all the way to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament, lost to Kentucky in 5 sets. They went 30-3 overall last season, 11-1 in their non-conference slate. Had 4 All-Americans, 1 third team, and 3 honorable mentions. They won their 4th straight West Coast Conference title. So the BYU Cougars are a powerhouse in NCAA volleyball.
Yeah, it's no doubt they're a talented team. We're witnessing it right now. They're hitting all these power shots in the right places usually, and they're just doing a fantastic job. They just need to keep that up if they want to win this set.
Ronnie Jones-Perry with the serve. Kanavidov digs it out. Madeline Mosier with the kill. The Golden Eagles get a point back, 17-13. And now Hope Wirtz to serve.
Madeline Mosier's having a lot more playing time today, and I think it's because she's had a lot of kills in this set.
Huge kill there from Kennedy Eschenberg. Wow, placed that one perfectly. 17-14 now. Mary Lake with the service error. 18-14 now the score.
That's what we were talking about before. You can't give away those free points like that. If you do that, then the other team is obviously going to win. You really need to hunker down and fix the mistakes you've been making on your serve. You can't do that in this high-level competition of volleyball.
Jenna Rosenthal serves it. Great dig from Sarah Rose. Good work by the Golden Eagles just getting that one over the net. Anna Hawk's kill gets blocked by Knighting. Beautiful work by BYU.
That was a fantastic job by BYU, keeping that point really, really long and making Marquette make the errors. That's what they've been doing. Whenever they have long points, they end up winning that point because they wait for Marquette to make the error.
18-15 now the score. Hope Wirch takes that one in the chest. And now Marquette's lead is at just 2. Sydney Martindale to serve. Teams exchanging blows here. Anna Hawk with the kill. That one got tipped.
That's the first long point I think that Marquette has won in this game.
Yeah, typically, if the point's going that long, the Cougars have been the one to win it, but Marquette finally gets a break there. Lawrence Beckman to serve. And net violation against Marquette. So 19-17 now the score. Miller with the serve. Orff with the attack error there. 19-18.
Marquette is hitting a lot of balls really far out, so they need to really rein it in and try to hit it in the court a little bit more.
Service error by McKenna Miller. 20-18.
It's what we've been talking about all game. They cannot, BYU can't have these service errors. That's just giving Marquette free points.
That ball came right over into our broadcast booth.
Yep, at least we haven't gotten hit by one yet, so it's a good thing.
20-19 is the score. Kiani Mori with the serve. Allie Barber with the kill. 21-19. Jenna Rosenthal checks back in. Elizabeth Orff comes out. Golden Eagles with a 2-point advantage. Konovodov with the serve. And BYU takes that point, 21-20.
That's the first point we've seen from Ronnie Jones-Perry in a while. So that was a very talented kill. There you go again with those big shots, big, powerful shots from Perry.
12 kills for Ronnie Jones-Perry. Allie Barber with a gorgeous kill right there.
Looked like Jones-Perry had that great kill, and then Allie Barber comes right back at them and swinging and hits a fantastic kill as well.
Put it directly in the corner. And when Allie Barber gets on a roll, she is unstoppable. Konovodov unable to dig that one. 22-21. Yesterday we saw the one set between Marquette and USC go up to 33 points. So
anything can happen.
And BYU ties it up.
That's impressive. That's the #3 team you see right there, going from a 6-point lead down to none, to tying it back up. That's really what you want to see from those high-ranked teams.
Timeout Marquette. Neither team with any timeouts left.
It's interesting what's going to happen after the timeout, because both teams have been playing probably their best couple points right now. So it's really it's going to be interesting to see who prevails within the next couple points.
BYU has been making constant substitutions. It's one thing I have noticed. They've had a lot of variation out there in their court lineup, but the Golden Eagles typically roll with the same 8 players. For instance, Hope Wirch hardly ever leaves the court.
Yeah.
And you have to wonder if that has anything to do with why BYU seems to have a little bit more energy right now.
Exactly. They make out those subs, which is really smart. That's really good because BYU has all those players that you can make those subs and still have good players in and have a lot of talent out on the court, while Marquette has to kind of stick with the same starting lineup, which is kind of hard, which will make them tired. But that's why a lot of the Marquette players are really talented, because they're two-sport athletes. That's probably why they don't get that tired that often. So.
Student section on their feet here in the Al McGuire Center. All knotted up at 22. Ronnie Jones-Perry to serve for the Brigham Young Cougars. 22-22. That one dug out by Jones-Perry. McKenna Miller forces the error there on the Golden Eagles. 23-22 now the score.
BYU has regained their lead. They've kind of got that confidence back, I think.
Marquette with a miscommunication. And 24-22 is now the score in favor of BYU. Set point.
Kind of the first time I've seen Ryan Tice not sitting in his chair comfortably. He's standing up a little bit nervous, I think.
Huge dig there. And BYU takes set number 2. 25-22. The Cougars win that one. And that's a heartbreaker for Marquette. They had a 6-point advantage.
Exactly what I was going to say. Marquette had that advantage, and they just kind of let it slip, and that's not what you want to do against a number 3 team. BYU is really showing why they are a number 3 team and why they're the 3rd ranked team in the country, because they have that resilience. They came back and they got that 6-point lead down to none, and they ended up winning the set. That's exactly what you want to see from those high-ranked teams.
So we're going to take a quick break here from the Al McGuire Center. You are watching BYU versus Marquette on MUTV. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Al McGuire Center. I'm Dan Abington alongside Zoe Comerford. We're all tied up at 1 here between the BYU Cougars and the Marquette Golden Eagles. Marquette had a 6-point advantage in that second set, but they ended up dropping it, so we're all tied up at 1. BYU had a 5-0 run to end set number 2, so we'll see if they're able to carry their momentum from that win into this third set.
It's interesting because you saw this yesterday with USC. Marquette had a 5-set match against USC and they pulled it out. But let's see what happens with the number 3 team. Can the number 3 team, will they prevail? Because they are showing that they are the highest ranking team because they're playing like amazingly and they came back with from a 6-point like gap.
Service error by Lauren Speckman to start off the set. 1-0 BYU. But you have to wonder if fatigue is going to set in for either of these teams, as Marquette had a 5-set match last night and BYU played 2 games yesterday. So both of these teams not exactly the most fresh.
Exactly, and I think if it does go to 5 sets, it's gonna be so hard for a lot of the players who have been playing all game in both games. Yesterday, like BYU will have players that have played both games yesterday, and then Marquette will have players that played yesterday and then today, like most of the match. So it'll be interesting to see if who's gonna get tired first. That's basically the question.
Orphan Barber with the block on the last point for the Golden Eagles. 1-1 now. Jones Perry with the attack that goes out of bounds. So an error for the third-team All-American. 2-1 now the score, Golden Eagles lead. Allie Barber with the kill. Hope Wirtz did a nice job of setting that one up. And Barber able to finish it. Kill number 11 on the day for the junior outside hitter. Hawk still serving. Barber tries to just deke that one over. Heather Knighting with a perfect spot.
That's what we were saying last set. All the long points went to BYU because they had that resilience to like keep the point going until Marquette made a mistake, or in this case, when they had the great kill in the middle of the court.
That was a picturesque kill from Knighting right there. And then she digs that one out. Konovatov with a great dig for the Golden Eagles. Marquette takes that point as Hope Wirtz gets the kill.
I actually didn't think that was going to go over. That was really close. She was like right on top of the net. That almost didn't go over.
Elevated just enough. 4-2 now the score. Martha Konovatov with a service error. 4-3 is the score now. 5 kills each for Hope Wirtz, Jenna Rosenthal, and Anna Hawk. Allie Barber with 11 for Marquette. Jones Perry with 13 for BYU. McKenna Miller has 9. Kennedy Eschenberg has 5. Heather Knighting and Maddie Robinson both with 4. Speckman digs that one out. Barber with the kill that goes out. So an attack error against Allie Barber. 4-4 is the score now. Great block from BYU there. And they take the lead 5-4. Kennedy Eschenberg, the one on that block.
You can definitely feel the momentum has kind of shifted to BYU in BYU's favor right now. They're playing a great set, way better than either of the first two.
3-0 scoring run right now. Marquette with a bit of a miscommunication there. Allie Barber with the attack error. And I think Marquette is challenging this one.
Maybe. They've had a couple challenge. Well, they've already had one challenge go through in favor of them today, and then one not. So I don't know. If I were Tice, I would be a little careful about this.
Well, he's going to challenge it. It looked like Anna Hawk was signaling that one was tipped, but obviously she's a little biased.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we'll see.
We'll see, and like I was watching it, I didn't see that it was tipped, but we don't have like a great view because there's an official in our way, kind of. So
yeah, our vantage point is slightly blocked by the pole and the official, so we couldn't see where that one went. But you never know.
Marquette does have to be a little more careful because they have done 3 challenges now, which is really surprising because BYU I don't think has done any.
Yeah, none on the part of the Cougars. Heather Olmstead being a little more conservative with hers than Tice is, but I guess that's just the coaching style that both teams roll with.
Yeah.
Officials have made a decision, and they called that it was tipped. Oh. That'll be Marquette point, 5-5 now the score.
So actually Tice is having great calls right now. He is challenging them, and both of the last 2 he's gotten. So that was actually a good call on his part.
Sarah Rose now to serve for the Golden Eagles. 5-5 here in set number 3. Ronnie Jones-Perry with the attack error. 6-5 Marquette. Point Marquette. Sarah Rose still serving. Gorgeous block from Jenna Rosenthal and Hope Wirch. 7-5.
That is a great block by the Golden Eagles. They've had a couple of those really good blocks because they are very tall on the front line.
7 blocks on the part of the Golden Eagles today. Jenna Rosenthal responsible for 4 of those. And that point goes to the Cougars. That one was tipped by Jenna Rosenthal and Madeline Mosier. 7-6 is now the score. Ronnie Jones-Perry gets her 14th kill of the game. Now she's serving. Service error on the part of Ronnie Jones-Perry. Hope Wirch now to serve for Marquette. 8-6. Marquette leads. Anna Hawk's kill goes out of bounds. A couple interesting series of events there.
It was.
The Golden Eagles unable to really get a clean hit off.
Sarah Rose did a pretty good job of getting those, trying to save those points from going on the ground.
She was kind of just flailing her arms about, hitting the ball wherever it went. Anna Hawk gets the kill. Hawk with 6 kills, hitting .286. McKenna Miller, perfect placement on that one. 9-8 now the score. Martindale serving. Wirch digs that one out. Wow. Gorgeous hit.
Fantastic. It was right in the corner, too, on the line. That was a great kill right there.
Just barely out of Hope Wirch's reach.
She almost got to that, actually.
She really did. She went all-out dive and just barely missed it. So 9-9 is the score now.
Seems like BYU's been on a bit of a stretch right here where they've gotten a lot of points.
Hawk's kill gets blocked, and BYU takes the lead. (10-9) is the score here at the Al McGuire Center. Marquette trails now. Service error. All tied up at 10. Lauren Speckman and Allie Barber come back in. Cindy Martindale with the service error. Jones Perry with an attack error. 11-10. Marquette now leads.
Jones Perry's had a couple of shots that have gone either long or in the net. She hasn't been playing her best game, I don't think, in this set right now. She's a little off.
And BYU gets a kill there. McKenna Miller with her 11th of the day.
That was a powerful shot. I can feel it off the table.
Also an honorable mention All-American. Great hustle by the Cougars to save that one. Allie Barber with a spectacular kill. Her 12th of the day.
Marquette did a great job adjusting after they did think that maybe they thought that that ball was going to go out, but they did great adjusting and getting in position to finish that point off.
Anna Hawk now serving. And a communication error between Hawk and Speckman results in another tie game here. (12-12). Kiani Maui now serving. She seems to strictly come in and serve and then come right back out. Big block by the Cougars there. 13-12 now the score. That was an attack error by Hope Wirch. Kennedy Eschenberg with the block. (13-13) now. As the net violation goes against BYU.
Both teams are kind of doing a better job, too, of not giving those free points with the service errors. I haven't seen one in a while, so that's a good sign for both teams, limiting those service errors.
Ooh. Great decision by Lindy Haddock-Epic there. Fooled everybody on the court.
That was right to the open court in between Speckman and Konovatov, I think it was.
14-13 is the score now. Brigham Young leads. Rosenthal gets blocked. The return on Barber's kill goes out of bounds. 14 all.
You really feel the energy from the Marquette fans trying to get this, pull out this third set. They really haven't had that lead that they had in the second set. They've been really, really close with BYU. BYU has just been playing way better than they did in the last set.
That one tipped by Madeline Mosier. So 15-14 now the score as Ronnie Jones-Perry gets her 15th kill. Jones-Perry now serving. Danelle Stetler checks into the game. Great dig by Mary Lake. Another great dig by Lake. Jenna Rosenthal puts that one directly in the corner and ties it up again.
Both teams had great saves on that one. They were both working together and getting those really balls that you wouldn't think they would get.
Rose with a beautiful dig. Another big block from Kennedy Eschenberg. Her 4th of the day. 16-15 BYU now. And this set is just going back and forth and back and forth.
It's a lot of what we saw with USC and Marquette yesterday, just back and forth. This could go to over 30 points again.
Anna Hawk with a powerful kill there. 16 all. Jenna Rosenthal now to serve. Konovatov checks out. Service error by Rosenthal. So 17-16, BYU now leads.
On those tied game points, too, you do not want to have a service error. And we were talking about this early. It's a free point to the other team. They could take advantage of that opportunity and then finish out the set. You never know.
That was an interesting one right there.
It was.
She blocked it and then hit it with her left hand.
It's pretty talented. And it was right on the line, too.
Perfect placement, perfect play there from BYU. 18-16 is now the score. Brigham Young leads as Marquette takes a timeout. Their first of the set.
Yep.
And it looks like right now BYU has some momentum.
I do think they have a lot more energy because they are subbing out a lot more than Marquette, because Marquette has had a lot of their players just been playing the entire game. So I think if they want to be successful, they got to give their starters a break. BYU is showing their resilience and why they are the #3 team in the country. They're playing some pretty incredible points and getting back in the game that you didn't think they would get back in.
And once again, this is the same team that beat the #1 team in the country, Stanford, a couple weeks ago in 5 sets. So they're absolutely no joke, and Marquette is hanging with them right now.
It is. That's pretty impressive for a #25 team to be hanging with a #3 team. Marquette is hitting way better than they have in previous games, so they're just playing with their heart, and you can see that both teams really, really want this, and their fans are super loud, so I guess that helps too.
Golden Eagles hitting 242 compared to 295 for BYU.
That's both less than what they had last set. Like last set, well, for BYU at least, BYU was hitting .39, so that's a little less than last set.
Anna Hawk with another kill. 18-17 now. Hawk has been having a great game today. 8 kills, 6 digs, hitting .250.
She is, and that's part of the reason that I think why she stayed in most of the game. She is having one of her better games today.
That was a phenomenal play.
Oh yeah, for
by
sure.
the Cougars.
BYU did a great job on emphasizing that point and getting it where none of the Golden Eagles were even near it.
The direction of that shot didn't even look humanly possible.
Yeah.
But somehow they pulled it off.
That's the number 3 team.
Allie Barber with a kill for Marquette. 19-18 now. Anna Hawk to serve.
I do think putting in Allie Barber now was a good idea on Tice's part. She's been having a really good game, and she's kind of been carrying the team a little bit in kills.
Hawk digs that one out. Barber's kill gets blocked. Kanabadov with a nice dig. Barber with an attack error. 20-18.
One of the first ones I've seen Allie Barber hit in the net in a while, so.
You were mentioning that Barber is kind of carrying the team in kills. She individually has more than the next 2 players on the team. She has 15, and Hawk and Rosenthal have combined for 14. BYU with a service ace there, hit off the net and went right to the ground. So the Golden Eagles take a timeout, down 3 in set number 3, and they need to change something if they're going to take this set.
Yeah, I can see over there the coaches are talking. Coach Tice does not look happy with what's happening right now. Obviously, since his team did have that lead in the 4th set, and now they're not doing as well in this set, I think it's a big part. I think Marquette really needs to step it up a little bit and play longer points out and just keep grinding. Because I think when they play the shorter points, there's more chance that BYU is going to capitalize on their kills and just end up winning a lot of the points.
So it's 21-18 here at the Al McGuire Center. Both teams have won a set. I'm Dan Avington alongside Zoe Comerford, and you are watching Marquette University Television. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at MarquetteUTV and at MUWire Sports for information regarding all of our broadcasts. We have another broadcast coming up tomorrow. Chris Reisner and Jack Phillips presenting Marquette versus Syracuse volleyball in the final game of the Marquette Invitational. That game starts off at noon Central Time, so make sure to tune in.
It'll be interesting, though, at the end of the tournament how energized Marquette is, because they have been playing these long matches.
Another service ace for Heather Knighting.
BYU just looks to be getting on a roll, and all the momentum is kind of shifted towards the left side of the court, I think.
Barber went up in the air like she was about to smack that one and then just tipped it over the blockers. Beautiful move.
I also think that's the biggest thing Marquette has to change. They've been doing all of these hard-hitting shots. They really need to switch up their shot variability and try to do something that BYU has been doing, is like having like a soft shot and then a hard shot.
Speckman with a nice dig there. Barber's kill is blocked. And the Golden Eagles now trail by 4, 23-19. Hope Wirch with the kill, 23-20.
This is a time, though, when you do not want service errors because it is at the end of the set, and you really need to make every point count.
Sarah Rose to serve. She and Moser just checked in. And it's a service error. 24-20 now the score, set point.
BYU fans are getting on their feet doing some snapping gator move, I think. Can't really tell.
Doesn't make much sense as they're the Cougars.
Yes, it doesn't, but it's giving them momentum, so.
We saw them do it yesterday as well. And a miscommunication on the part of the Golden Eagles leads to BYU taking the third set, 25-20. Marquette drops that one. And the Golden Eagles are going to need to change something up if they want to take set number 4 and force this game to a 5th.
Yeah, I think that definitely Marquette needs to go into their huddle and talk about a lot of different things. They really need to fix whatever they're doing wrong and kind of change up their shot variability.
So we're going to take another break here on MUTV. You're watching BYU versus Marquette. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm Dan Avington alongside Zoe Comerford, live from the Al McGuire Center, where the number 25 Marquette Golden Eagles trailed the number 3 Brigham Young Cougars 2-1 here in the 4th set. BYU has won the last two, 25-22 and 25-20. So Marquette needs to somehow pick up some momentum here.
Yeah, I definitely think the momentum had definitely shifted from the Golden Eagles after winning the first set and coming close in the second to Brigham Young, because BYU has done a fantastic job of limiting their errors, even though both teams have had a significant decrease in their hitting percentages from the second and the third set. BYU went from .390 to .143, and Marquette from .211 to .125.
Ronnie Jones-Perry with the first kill there for BYU. 1-0 is the score. McKenna Miller, the server. Two nothing BYU.
These points are going way quicker, I think, than the past set has gone.
Looks like Marquette's kind of run out of steam.
Does exactly what we were talking about earlier. I think since having all these players played like the whole game, it's getting them really, really tired because they've been having to play for such a long time.
And that's going to be BYU point.
Marquette needs to settle down a little bit. This could get out of hand quickly.
Tice confused as to why that was BYU point since it went out of bounds, but it was tipped. Or at least that's what the judge called. $4-0 BYU. Not the start Marquette wanted to this set.
No, exactly. They really needed to pick up the momentum, but I haven't seen that much energy out on Marquette's side of the court. They seem a little slow and sluggish, I think.
Point Marquette. Hope Wirch with the kill there. 4-1 now the score. Hopefully that swings things back in Marquette's favor. Konobadov serves it. Heather Knighting with a kill. 5-1 now. Knighting will serve.
The thing Marquette has to be really, really careful about is if it becomes a very big lead, like 6 or 7 points, it's hard to come back with a team that's number 3. That's going to be very difficult. So they need to kind of rein it in here and stop making errors.
Service error by Heather Knighting. 5-2 now the score. Sarah Rose now to serve. Knighting has had a pretty decent amount of service errors so far. That's BYU point. Attack error against the Golden Eagles. 6-2. Marquette needs some kind of spark here.
And I don't think it helps that the crowd for Marquette has gone down a lot. A lot of the students have left, and it just doesn't seem as energetic as before.
Kennedy Eschenberg with a stellar block there. 7-2, and Marquette takes a timeout. Down 5.
This is not the start that Coach Tice wanted. He talked about resilience about the last match, and I don't think they have it in this set so far. They seem just very, very tired and like they've given up, kind of.
So stats-wise, Ronnie Jones-Perry leading the way for both teams with 19 kills. Allie Barber has 16. McKenna Miller with 12. 43 assists for Lindy Haddock-Epic. 26 for Speckman. Mary Lake has 20 digs, and Martha Konobadov has 18. 6 blocks for Kennedy Eschenberg, 5 for Heather Knighting. And for the Golden Eagles, Jenna Rosenthal with 4. And Zoe, one thing I've noticed is, so far today, there's been a lot more attacking on the part of BYU. They have 117 total attack attempts, and Marquette only has 112, but it was significantly less than that earlier.
Yeah, I think BYU has definitely changed up their strategy. They've come out with a lot more power hits, and I think it's overwhelming the Golden Eagles, and that's why Marquette has kind of fallen behind a lot in this set. I do think the big turning point was, though, the second set when BYU had come back from a 6-point lead and won the set. That was really hard, I think, for Marquette. And then they haven't really come back from that.
Yeah, that's hard to stomach when you have such a big lead and then you give it up. So it's understandable. And as you mentioned, the crowd has gone down significantly, so Marquette maybe feels like they don't have a lot on their side.
I agree, and I think the other thing is that BYU's crowd is all still here, obviously because they travel, but I think a lot of it is because a lot of the players have really close family ties, which makes the family come out and support and stay, you know? And that's hard, I think, when you're at home and you don't have that support. That's going to be hard for the Golden Eagles because more people will start to leave if they start getting behind even more.
Katie Shesso with the serve.
That's the first time we've seen her out here today.
We saw her come in yesterday to do the same exact thing, just serve, and then we'll see what else happens. But
I think she's a reliever, I think, for Barber maybe, for a couple of the starters. They need those younger players, though, to step up and be able to come into these games when you are behind and then try to get that lead up.
Attack error against BYU, so Shesso going to get another serve here. Konovodov with a nice dig there, but it goes out of bounds. So 8-4 is the score now.
Thinking if Marquette doesn't pick up their energy, BYU is going to take this set and run with it.
Most definitely. Jones Perry with the service ace. Shesso unable to get there. And maybe it's just because she's an inexperienced freshman, or it was just a gorgeous serve.
I think it was a combination of the two.
Service error.
Maybe that service error will turn the tides for Marquette and they'll get a little more excited and enthusiastic out there. I haven't seen a lot of smiles in a while, so.
Shesso stays in the game as Rosenthal serves. Konovodov going to come back in. Rosenthal checks back out. 10-5 is the score here.
And when you have those two big hitters, Allie Barber and Jenna Rosenthal sitting out, I don't know how they're going to get the hits in. This is a lineup that really hasn't played together that much because it's mostly been the main starters, but they put people in tonight, like right now, that I think haven't played together very much, which makes them a little less experienced than BYU.
Yeah, for a couple plays there, Hope Wirch, Jenna Rosenthal, Lauren Speckman, and Allie Barber were all out. So I'm not sure what Tice's thought was there. As Elizabeth Orff comes up with a big kill. 11-6 is the score now. Wirch set the serve. Or rather, Speckman. Barber comes back in. Marquette unable to return that one.
The problem I think Marquette is having right now is that the team is not just made up of one player, but it seems like it is because Allie Barber's doing majority of the work.
Ronnie Jones-Perry now with 20 kills on the day. Good hustle by Wirch and Konovodov to get that one back to the BYU side, but a kill on the part of the Cougars. 13-6 now, and it looks like they might run away with this one.
I agree, Dan. BYU has really stepped up their game, and they're showing why they are the #3 team in the country. It's going to be hard for Marquette to come back, if at all, because they look tired, and they just don't have the energy, don't have the support that they had last night.
after they dropped back-to-back sets. That's a big confidence hit. Service error by BYU, so 13-8 now the score. Or 13-7. Speckman returns that one out of bounds. 14-7. And all energy in the Owl has been lost. Everything that there was during those first couple sets is now non-existent. Both teams with some big saves.
This is a fantastic point.
Wirch with a kill that was tipped. So 14-8 is now the score. Stetler checks in for Miller.
I did say before that I think Marquette should take those long points, but now I'm thinking with everybody being really tired, they shouldn't keep the points going on as long, because that means that they're going to have to play for longer and they're just going to get more and more tired. They kind of have to end their points a little bit earlier, I think.
That one goes out of bounds. Attacker against BYU, so 14-9 is the score now.
Marquette's getting a little bit more momentum. They're getting a little bit more excited, but we still have to do a lot of work to catch up to BYU.
Point BYU. $15-9 now the score. Knighting now with 9 kills on the day, in addition to 5 blocks. Big day for the middle blocker. Wirch with the kill.
BYU looks like they've definitely got more confident in their shots, because they're not making any errors. So
Allie Barber to serve now. Haven't seen her serve a lot at all. Madeline Mosier comes in. Speckman comes out. Konovodov unable to track that one down. Went into a full dive, but just out of her grasp.
BYU is just dominating this fourth set. It will be really difficult for Marquette to come back from being down 6.
Rosenthal gets blocked by Jones, Perry, and Eschenberg. And Marquette takes their second timeout of the fourth set. And Zoe, unfortunately, this one looks all but over.
I agree, Dan. It's been all BYU, I think, in this fourth set, and I don't see Marquette having that energy able to like come out of it, come out of this slump that they're having with hitting. I think that BYU has done a fantastic job of hitting how they have been hitting all year and showing that they are the #3 team.
Yeah, I mean, this is such a talented BYU team. I mean, Marquette's incredibly talented as well, but they're by no means a #3 in the country good.
I agree, and they came out with a lot of fire, which we saw like carrying on from last night, but I think that just got diminished as they started to lose 2 sets in a row. They started to get down on themselves, and I just think that it's gotten out of control, and they really need to rein it in if they're gonna try to at least make a dent in this gap.
So 17-10 is the score here. Barber with 16 kills still. Jones Perry with 21. McKenna Miller has 15. Lindy Haddock Epic has 51 assists in the game out of her team's 58. Speckman has 27 for the Golden Eagles. Sarah Rose adds 11. Maddie Robinson and Kennedy Eschenberg with the block. 18-10.
I think it's definitely a problem for Marquette when you have these really good hitters like Jenna Rosenthal and she's not having her best night tonight. That really hurts you when you are playing a very experienced and talented BYU team.
And just as you say that, Rosenthal gets a kill.
Doesn't it figure? Isn't that the broadcaster's curse? I don't know.
We'll take it.
Up to this point, though, I think it has been a very competitive game.
The Golden Eagles have certainly shown that they can stay with a team of this caliber, as a big block from Rosenthal gets another point for the Golden Eagles. Hope Wirtz now to serve. Wow, Ronnie Jones-Perry comes right back and gets a kill. 19-12 now. Hawk hit that one off Jones-Perry's chest. Mary Lake able to get a hand on it, but it was way too far out. So 19-13 is the score. Jenna Rosenthal now serving. Another big kill by the Cougars.
I was just about to say Marquette looks like they've kind of gotten a little momentum, but I don't think so now.
Every time Marquette thinks that they can get something going, Ronnie Jones-Perry and her squad come right back. That's going to be an attack error.
I think Anna Hawk thought somebody tipped it over on the BYU side.
Mary Lake now serving. Lake with 24 digs on the day. BYU gets a point on a Marquette error.
I think at this point Marquette's just way too tired to keep anything going for that long.
(23-13).
I think BYU is about 2 points away from winning this set.
been a very strong performance by them. They've had a lot of changes that were made that were necessary, and I think they've done a great job at adjusting to those. I mean, looking at the stats, Marquette is hitting at .203, while BYU is hitting .326. That's a very big gap. BYU is having a lot of their shots going in, while Marquette's having a little less luck than them at getting their shots to go in.
Mosier with the serve. McKenna Miller with the kill. And now it's set point. 24-14. Maddie Robinson gonna be the one to try it here. Konovadoff with a nice dig there. And BYU gets the point, takes set number 4, and takes the game.
Wow, it was exciting in the first 2 sets, that's all I'm gonna say. The last 2 sets were a little BYU dominated because they made their necessary changes and they just did such a better job of getting their shots in and placement.
Set 3 was pretty close as well.
Yeah, I agree, yeah.
Marquette was just unable to take anything in the 4th set. It looked like they lost all of their energy.
I think it was because they were tired. All of these players have been playing in since the beginning of the game, so that's a really long time to be playing high-level volleyball. So I think that's the reason that Marquette kind of took the loss today, but I think they kind of got a little sloppy in the second set when they had the lead of 6.
So Jones Perry, 23 kills, McKenna Miller with 16, Allie Barber, the highest total for the Golden Eagles with 16.
So BYU remains undefeated then.
And I believe that makes BYU pretty much champions of the Marquette Invitational, as they're the only team that's going to go home without a loss.
Yep, I think so. Marquette has a chance to redeem themselves, however, tomorrow against Syracuse. So it'll be interesting to see if they are tired from today's match or if they're ready to play again.
All right, so with that, that's going to do it for us here on MUTV. BYU takes home the victory over the Marquette Golden Eagles 3-1. I want to thank all the producers in the control room. I want to thank Jack Phillips, our scorekeeper and sound engineer. So for Zoe Comerford, I'm Dan Abington. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great night.